is a culture warrior of the first degree.
This dude just called this guy a culture warrior of the first degree. This is how they seriously refer to themselves. It is so gay and no one says anything. No one says how wretched this is. No one points out and goes, oh, easy throating your own there. You might choke.
I have the ear of the highest levels of government. They know that Elon follows me. They know that Elon subscribes to me.
God.
They know that Elon agrees with me. And under the RICO statute, this is a conspiracy to create harm and
bro, he's citing RICO statute. He's citing like organized crime statutes now, bro. This guy's a total loser.
Where they have conjecture and speculation, I have the goods.
So Grummz is apparently going to present us with evidence that the people that made this hit piece broke federal doxing law to the point that he thinks he can contact the FBI. So let's see what he's got for us.
And this is why I'm filing a report with the FBI.
Oh, there we go.
So you go to the doc and you go
I got
to
it pulled up.
How they got the information. So the plot was hatched on the Western Kabuki Discord server. And I had my mole, and I've got to give a lot of respects to Gigabear for this, who is a culture warrior of the first degree.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
This dude just called this guy a culture warrior of the first degree. This is how they seriously refer to themselves. Oh, raped C-word, raped C-word.
Flash? Or is it? Oh, yeah, there we go.
So the people who made this video are now charging
Is this
$10
what you want this
a
pulled
month.
up or?
Yeah,
okay.
sure, that's fine.
Let's go right here.
Let's do that. I'm just going the order. They are now charging $10 a month for access to dirt on Grummz, right? And they have an entire locked thread about Grummz where they coordinate ops, not just about me, but against Smash JT and against all of you guys. Because what they're actually trying to do is they're trying to take me down first. Because will you guys admit it? I'm tanking for you guys. I'm taking all the hate. I'm taking all the attacks.
Absolutely. You've been taking quite a bit of heat from everything. And every chance they get, they try to pour on you.
But how... Well, God, dude, they just take this and they don't say anything about how pathetic this is. That you sat there going, I'm tanking damage for you guys. I'm actually a great guy and I'm taking all the hate when you guys aren't. First of all, it's just a pathetic and wretched thing to say. And secondly, I don't even think it's true. I think there's plenty of hate to go around for all of these guys. I don't think it's just Grummz that gets the shit out of this group. You know, Smash JT, I don't even like Smash JT. But he gets a lot of shit from the wokes, as does Yellow Flash. As does, I mean, Endymion had like a massive public beef recently over some woke versus anti-woke shit. So I just, you know.
Okay, that's wonderful.
But you don't want to be saying, hey, you're talking shit. People? Show some respect. There's a Veterans of Gamergate. Yes, exactly. Sucking them off and lapping it up, yeah.
And I'm not going to play defense and pretend that you're perfect. You fuck up just like a lot of other people,
sure,
including myself. Nobody's perfect. But I do see this as something where they are using you as the top dog to try to take down and then already set up what they're doing next after. Like, it is literally like a digital battleground for them with what they're doing.
Yeah, and they do this because I'm really, really good at what I do. I'm really good at tweeting, all right? And I have, and here's what they're afraid of.
I'm so good at this. I'm so great. I'm so based, guys. I'm so based and I'm tanking all the damage. It is so gay and no one says anything. No one says how fucking wretched this is. No one points out and goes, oh, easy throating your own cock there. You might choke if it wasn't so fucking small. It is such a disgusting circle jerk, man.
I have the ear of the highest levels of government. They know that Elon follows me. They know that Elon subscribes to me.
God.
They know that Elon agrees with me. And that's why they want to take me down first. But they make no bones about the fact that after they take me down, quote unquote, which they won't, that they are going to go after you next, Smash.
Mm-hmm.
And because they see you as the next greatest threat. So in this document, I documented everything that Gigabear reported to me, and many props to Gigabear, who's one of my backers for the Ember site. We had a falling out, but we came to an understanding and we united against the fact that we want to fight the woke mind virus. So they started, look, there are two Discords that have threads devoted to me. One is this Kabuki thing. The other is Airbagged. And if you guys don't know Airbagged is a guy who was arrested for destroying property during the Antifa riots. He is definitely the leftist, right? And what they did was illegal, absolutely illegal.
Okay.
And what they did was they went to the dark web and they found plain word passwords and emails that associated me with the Debbie Chan account, right? And the Foxy Fighter account. And they kicked off a giant thread where they crowdsourced people trying to find dirt on me. And
where's the crime?
what I have here is a bunch of their explicit tweets. So you have
Where's
to
the
pay $10 a
crime?
month for this. They monetize this. They said if you want to see
But
the
yet they
dirt,
call us grifters.
you got to
Right?
pay $10.
Where's the crime, Grummz? You fucking... I'm going to say something incredibly racist against Asian people and get banned in a minute. This is how frustrating this is. Where's the fucking crime, bro? Show us the chink in the armor, for God's sake. Show us the chink in the armor. We're all waiting to see the chink in the armor right now.
Classic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of sad.
Well, they're the whole rules for thee, not for me crowd.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And if you scroll down, you'll see the first tweet, or rather Discord message,
Is it right here?
where there is a user called Thief Pal who says that he has friends who are hackers that have information with plain text, emails, and passwords.
Okay, once the females password, used to find more. This is what they found inside the company. This kicks off a big thread where everyone starts contributing. Use my plain text email and password as a basic, which is highly illegal. What statute, law, or anything can you point to that says this is illegal? It is not illegal to look at information obtained from a hack, presuming you weren't involved in obtaining it. Obviously, if you hacked it out, that's illegal. If you use it to access the fucking account, that's illegal. But just looking at it is not illegal. I could go onto a website right now of fucking hacked material and I could look at it without breaking the law. I could even look at it to cross-reference against other things without breaking the fucking law. Okay, so I was bored, and someone who I met has a bunch of historic data breaches, so they went through a single pass looking for Grummz. This turned up an email address, and a search again for the email address, and eventually got 3 to 4 emails logins, and a few associated passwords. Now at this stage, if people have unique enough passwords which they reuse between accounts, you can go back and search for totally unrelated account names using that unique password, and that is where I found out about Redacted. His name Redacted
Okay,
already,
that's wonderful.
already covered
But
in this
how do
mythos.
I make money off depressed people?
Smash JT, Grummz, the passwords link with that pretty 16-year-old email though. Grummz, did you know my mom is a 1967 Christmas Playboy playmate?
Dude. Grummz is going to start telling us about how he's jerked off to his mother again before he actually tells us how the law is broken. I don't see it in the search, so I guess I'll continue. There's an email address, and it's using the same weird password that Grummz has been. And it turns up a bunch of extremely NSFW forum posts looking for catfight content. None of this is illegal. None of this is illegal.
He was bored one day that he would correlate with my other accounts. Now, this is 20 years ago. I didn't know shit about OPSEC 20 years ago. Now I have unique passwords and everything. I shared passwords back then. So I'm not denying it.
Okay, that's wonderful.
And
But
he
how do I
found
make money
the
off depressed
Foxy
people?
Fighter account,
What
right?
Grummz is saying is it's illegal because they are going after me and just trust me, bro.
Does anyone actually challenge this? Does anyone say, hang on a sec, Grummz, what law are you referring to? I'm not familiar with this being illegal. What specific law are you talking about that would make this illegal exactly?
And this kicks off a big thread that everybody starts contributing to. And the damning fact is that there are a couple things. There's the first message by Spew, if you scroll down. Spew is someone who pretended to be a backer of my game, but was actually concerned trolling and trying to stir up trouble in my Discord. And by the way, once I ejected all of them, my backers were very happy. And, you know, I don't know if you can zoom into that.
Hold on.
Grummz docs plot. Oh my god.
There you go.
Yeah. So he goes to the dark web. Where's the look? It is this is a database of names and passwords. And this is something that's only found on the dark web. You cannot publish this stuff in the regular internet without it being a federal crime.
Wrong. Nope. That's not true. You can publish this stuff. It's not illegal to publish it. What are you on about? You don't need to go to the dark web for like databases of fucking hacked material. No, not at all. The crime you're committing is hacking it. That is the issue. The hacking of it is the issue, right? Yeah, I don't believe that. I mean, it could be that there's some legal trouble that you do by just putting it all out there in some format, sure. But I'm pretty sure these websites are available beyond the darknet. But like, you know, if you posted it on like Twitter, say, then yeah, there's TOS that would mean that would get taken down. But I'm fairly certain that publishing the material found through hacks is not in and of itself illegal. It's just there are potential legal ramifications that you could have hosting it on a certain website, say. But if you've got like your own website and you put it out, I don't think that's illegal. I don't think. So yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like total bullshit. I don't think publishing it is illegal, and I'm like 99% sure that you can access this on the ClearNet. This dark web point he's making is totally retarded and relies on people not understanding how the internet works. Like, he's referring to it like the Onion Relay. Well, and that's where you find like actual illegitimate stuff. That's where like that guy, Ross Ulbricht, or whatever his name was, he got done off his Silk Road website. That was a dark web website. But they were like selling drugs. And, you know, eventually got to the point where they were talking about assassinating people and shit, you know? Ross Ulbricht, is that his name? It's called the Onion Router. I thought it was called it's the Onion Relay, isn't it? Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. In any case, he's massively overstating with the how illegal this is and like where they found it to make it sound a lot more like concerning than it really is, you know?
And he went ahead and did so. And this is where they discovered the connection to my other company that did the really cool anime hentai wrestling porn that I know you guys want me to make a game of when I get time. All right.
100% it's not from the dark web. The screenshots posted are from one of the more popular sites used for hack leaks. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, sure. Okay.
And he started publishing this, and at that point, they
And
locked.
Damian, we can hear you clicking.
Sorry, that's
No,
me.
that's not me.
Oh,
And-
It was me. It was me. Sorry.
sorry,
Yeah.
Damian. I owe you an apology.
Wow. I'm kidding. It's fine.
And at this point, they locked the thread and paywall it, so you had to pay $10 a month in order to access it. And I have to give credit to Gigabear for subbing to their Discord in order to get access. So he found all this information. And what happens is that they know they have a problem. B, who is Washer Crack on X, who is an enemy of Smash JT and myself, admits to proving that it's tough to prove a correlation unless they post my password in order to connect the information. So this whole story, the video that you saw, that they corroborated this through, they lied. They said they used some other site to find this information. What they actually did was they went to hackers and they doxed me.
See, there is a reasonable point you could make here. And if Grummz wasn't such a fucking colossal retard, he could do that. And you could say, these guys are trying to justify this and say it's not doxing, but by any reasonable standard, this is doxing. Cross-referencing passwords that you've obtained off the back of hack materials to find websites that you are then publicly linking to Grummz that you otherwise wouldn't be able to is absolutely like a form of doxing that you're engaging in. Right? Especially when you're like using certain information about the username and all this stuff. Fine. Or even if you don't want to say it fits the exact definition of doxing, it's still behavior they're engaging in they would otherwise criticize if it was being done to like a trans person or something like that, right? There is a hypocrisy point you can make here about what these leftoids are doing, especially when they're trying so desperately to, you know, justify it in their video. But it's not illegal. And the idea that he thinks he can invoke the FBI and this is illegal just shows what an utter cretin this guy is. And further diminishes his credibility that makes anyone that is willing to sit on a stream and not call this out a total fucking spineless wretch.
Legal federal means in order to extract the plain word passwords and to use that to search for other accounts that had that. Now, I am much better on OPSEC than this. This was 20 years ago when it wasn't a concern, all right? And these days I have unique passwords and everything, but they went ahead and did this. Now, for those of you who don't know Wash Your Crack is a, Smash, how would you put it?
An Alyssa Mercante simp / potential alt account.
Right. Wash Your Crack. Oh my god, guys. Wash Your Crack is coming. Dude. Imagine caring about whatever the fuck Wash Your Crack is doing. Definitely, there was another divorced Mark Kern out there whose documents kept coming up when people were looking for info on his not divorce, his spiritual divorce. Shrug. This is also why if anybody tries to publish this, they got to be clear about the shared passwords as evidence. How do you present that without simply saying what the password was or pointing people to data breaches? Right. Bro. Here B admits proving it is tough, then proceeds to post my plain text email and password on Discord, which is a crime. No, it's not! What crime is being committed if you're posting the... Dude. He keeps stating this as a crime, but doesn't actually state what crime specifically is being breached. Earlier he referred to federal doxing crime, which isn't a fucking thing. Right. I'm guessing Mark Grummz is on Kiwi. I don't know. I can't access Kiwi Farms without a VPN. But I think he does have a thread. I've seen his thread before.
Yes, exactly. So it's the same names over and over again. So this is the woke mafia trying to destroy people, and they went ahead and they went and participated in a federal violation of law. So what Wash Your Crack did is they admitted to providing the plain text email and password on the Discord channel, and that is a crime. You can't look. There are data breaches all the time, and security researchers do this to find vulnerabilities and everything else. But when it is done for a malicious purchase, and when you are actually posting the email and the password in plain text, not encrypted, you are in violation of a federal crime, especially if your intent is to cause harm or defamation to the target, which is me in this case. So she...
To cause harm, defamate, bro. Defamation is a civil thing. What criminal act is there that would be brought about from posting something to defame someone? Yes, he's totally wrong. He's completely bullshitting. There's no federal statute that exists that governs this behavior that I'm aware. I mean, I'm not a legal expert, obviously, but like, I've never fucking heard of this before.
is caught, or he is caught, red-handed in this. So they were going onto the dark web.
Yeah, defamation is civil, but intent to defame is now criminal, apparently. Smartest Asian anti-woke grifting retard. Anyway, dude, come on.
They were getting leaked password and email information, and they were collaborating this in order to connect me to the company, which I wish to remain private for my kids, by the way, who have to deal with this shit.
Yes, that's true, but then that's not federal, first of all. And secondly, because doxing is protected under the First Amendment, I don't know if that's been tested, and the behavior you need to engage in for doxing to be criminal is from what I understand, a fairly high bar. Like, you would need to be able to, I would presume, prove some sort of harassing type intent or something, based on how it's worded, right? So, I don't know, dude. It's he's just bullshitting and hoping that people will just accept it and don't challenge him.
And in order to harm me for whatever reason, what reason? Because I tweet about video games. So that is, on its face, is a crime. So if you scroll down, you can see where they actually post the email and plain text password of one of my accounts, which is a crime. You cannot host or publish this information unless you are a security researcher and you are doing it in encrypted form. So, who did this? This is Wash Your Crack. This is a moderator for the Kabuki stream. And under the RICO statute, this is a conspiracy to create harm and
Bro, he's citing RICO statute. He's citing fucking like organized crime statutes now, bro. This guy's a total loser. He's a total loser, wretch. How does this guy have supporters, bro?
violate the law in order to do so. They are all guilty. And I fully intend to file an FBI report and to prosecute these people for this. Now, I have nothing to hide. I have told you guys everything that, we've done here. Everything I've done with the, adult content and everything else. Why are they doing this? Ask yourselves why. Because I tweet about video games? So
That's
there,
what the super chat says. Snuggle struggle for 20. I disagree with you, Grummz. I earnestly do not believe they're going after you because you have the ear of Musk. I admit your footprint is large, so that may be a reason, but the primary factor is that you outed SBI.
Yeah, I think they're pissed about that. That's not untrue.
I did too, because Sweet Baby Inc. was a pretty big. I mean, it wasn't just Sweet Baby Inc. It also kind of exposed that entire grift that they've been doing with DEI and gaming and consulting. I mean, so that whole door got opened up.
Absolutely. So that, I joined the culture war for a second time after Gamergate 1 because Kabrutus was targeted.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. I joined the culture war because Kabrutus was targeted. I mean, it is just like it's a whole massive grifting machine in that they're just not willing to say anything about this. I'm not saying they have to go super hard if they're pals or whatever, right? But at the very least, they should just challenge us a bit, no? Something. They should say something, one would have thought.
And if you look at that recent post, if you scroll up.
That's from her?
Yeah, by Washer Crack, who is B, who is a moderator for Kabuki. All right? Moderator. And you're wondering, well, is a moderator going to be liable for the actions of the whole? Yes, under the RICO Racketeering Act, everyone can be held accountable for this for encouraging it. She pasted the plain text credentials of my email and password. That is a crime. You cannot do that. Especially.
So do you know who this B person is, real life name and stuff?
I do not. I know it's Washer Crack, and that's all I know. But
Washer Crack, bro.
Okay. Because I am definitely
like she
reporting.
washes her crack though.
People speculate that
her
Washer
for
Crack is Alyssa's alt. But but that's not. I don't know if that's true. And
She doesn't look like she washes her crack though either, to be fair.
And so, and then you can see in the next tweet, if you scroll down, that they have. So look, it's a crime to.
I'm on the phone to my FBI agent. I'm telling him all about Wash Your Crack right now. I'm gonna get Wash Your Crack taken down under RICO charges. How do they not realize how pathetic this all sounds? Come on, dude. Really?
Post plain text emails and passwords, right? And they went ahead, and this guy who was on your stream, this MLYP asshole, pastes my plain text word password again. Again, violating the law. You can't post people's passwords, especially if your intent is to malign or disparage an individual. And it goes on from there.
Even if that were true, their intent is not to malign or disparage. Their intent is to match up the fact that these websites do indeed belong to you. So what are you using, what intent is there to disparage here? The intent is to say, oh look, the passwords match this, so this account is his. That's what the fucking intent is.
But you can see that this channel, this Kabuki face channel, they are absolutely a channel intent on defaming and taking down anyone they can through legal or illegal means. So you may ask yourself, who is a part of this channel? Who is a part of this channel? Would you be surprised if I told you it was Alyssa Mercante?
No.
Imagine my shock.
Imagine your shock, Jeff. Would I be surprised if I told you?
I'd be surprised if you told me she was not there. I'd be like, oh, that's
Would you be surprised if I told you it was Nick Calandra?
No, I'm not shocked.
Really?
Like Nick Caldera, yeah.
You know the funny thing about Nick Calandra is I haven't talked about him in it feels like over a year. It feels like forever. But I have ears everywhere. They're all
God, these people all live in this pathetic fake reality where they've got all these enemies in their head and they're always fighting against them in some way. They literally believe they're in some sort of comic book and they're the heroes and they're fighting the rogues gallery. Oh, Alyssa Mercante, Nick Caledra, Wash Your Crack. Bro, it's so wretched, bro.
It's like he's always talking about you and he hates you so much. I'm like, dude, move the fuck on.
Dude, so what this is, this Discord, and by the way, they locked this channel under $10 a month. You gotta pay $10 to access it. And God bless Giga for paying the $10 to access it, because prior to the drop, he was in there. And they're trying to monetize this for grift. And that's what I believe. And not only is Nick and Alyssa in there, Nick from Second Wind, and Nick is in there,
Okay,
and he's
that's
venting
wonderful.
everything
But
that he
how do
can't
I
say in
make
public
money
because
off depressed
they
people?
told him he couldn't say shit because they dropped so many subscribers and they were losing
Game
revenue.
gets sold in
He's
the
in there
bunker,
talking
yes.
about it. But McDizzle is in there too, and Airbagged is in there too. Now they are not directly part of this ops to get Grummz, but they are certainly in there cheering it on.
I had to mute that McDizzle guy. Kept fucking tagging me on nonsense.
Yeah, and
Who is that? I forgot who that is. I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that impersonated the Ubisoft developer and fooled me with the story.
Raped.
Oh,
you got
okay,
raped,
got it,
bro.
yeah.
You got
I
raped.
completely forgot. I forgot that person existed. Okay,
Yeah.
you go on. My bad.
So they use hacked information from the dark web in order to associate these accounts. But what is more damning is that their Discord is hosting the plain text, unencrypted emails and passwords of my accounts. That is a crime. And I will be explaining that to the FBI very shortly. If they want to publish part 2 of their little expose, I welcome it, because that's just more information I can give to the FBI. And you guys are fucked. All right. So
Like, I honestly, I don't think they understand like the seriousness and the gravity of what they're doing right now. It's a very big deal.
Bro,
It's a
why are
very big
you
deal to
fuck,
flip
bro? I can always tell when someone in chat is criminally autistic because they endlessly post the same message again and again. They get this like urge. They get this persistent urge. No, Chud, you've just got to read this message. I decided it's really important that you read this message, so I'm going to repeat it again and again and again and again. Just a little note for you. The more that you repeat a message for me to read again and again and again, number one, it identifies you as a painful, disgusting autist. And number two, it makes me far less likely and interested in reading the comment. And there's 2 of you doing it at the moment, okay? If it continues, you'll just get timed out or possibly banned. But I will not be reading the comment.
be sharing someone's credentials in a group chat that was not authorized is wild to me.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, there he is. Oh, he's talking shit about Craig. He's talking
yeah,
Craig.
yeah. So there are other people in that private channel locked behind $10 a month and now locked to certain individuals. And definitely Nick Caldera is one from Second Wind, and he's talking shit about Craig.
Not surprising at all. Craig is a weak man with zero conviction, screws over everyone around them, then plays the victim. He worked at Enthusiast Gaming during the same time I did, and I didn't know who he was then. Now I do after he let Grummz go on his show, and so I doxed him with zero pushback.
Here.
Funniest part about that is Stuttering Craig like platformed Nick and had a conversation with him and tried his best to be as impartial as possible.
Yeah.
And Nick is
That's
like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy.
So wait. So I
Oh, wait,
just
go
wanna
back
make
to that
sure I
one
understand. So is Nick
There she is.
Calandra then like cooked in this sense?
No, he's just watching and he's commenting on other things.
But this one is wild. This was sent to me earlier today, and I forwarded it to Ron immediately. And he found it quite interesting. But Alyssa Mercante said, "Hi, hello, people. I may need some info help for reasons in italics
This is a
regarding
doxing server.
100% regarding Jeff Smash JT.
By the way,
Target.
that's against Discord's terms of service.
Oh, absolutely. I'm taking them down on Discord. I'm taking them down
Oh
on
my
YouTube,
God.
and I'm taking them down on Patreon. and I'm
Actually,
reporting them to the FBI.
bro, I fucking hate Alyssa Mercante, but these loser freaks make me want to side with her. That's what's so frustrating about this as well. I don't even fucking like any of these people, but they act so pathetically. I can't help but want to side with the opposition. God, exactly. The thing that is so frustrating about it is they talk about these people in this way. They got this fucking rogues gallery that they endlessly talk about, right? Okay? But they act like it's all one-sided. They act like, oh, these people are just coming for us. You play into this. How many videos has Smash JT made about Alyssa Mercante? How many times has Grummz spoken about Melissa Mercante? You participate in this vicious cycle of engagement. Like, you are responsible for this endless retard war by participating in it. It's like, you know. I mean, yeah, this sounds like obnoxious, shitty behavior from Melissa Mercante. But what is also, and I would, you know, I have critical support for Smash JT because Alyssa Mercante, I hate the fact she's filed this fucking lawsuit against, you know, Smash JT. But, you know, it's like you are now talking about getting this fucking Discord taken down because it's against terms of service. And as much as I would say that these people would do exactly the same in reverse and fuck them for that, like, how is you engaging in exactly the same behavior the right thing? Like, I don't know. It just feels like these people want to act like they're only doing to them what they're trying to do to them back. But I think they want to do it, and they're just happy they've got justification to do so. I don't know. It just feels like they do it gleefully and willingly, you know, to the point where they're even now talking about reporting these people to the FBI over RICO shit.
I am fucking done.
Look at the 6 people with the salutes too.
It's against Patreon service too. Yes, absolutely. You can't do that kind of shit and have Patreon.
It's 100% coded language. They know exactly what this is. If anyone has any info, she thinks she's being so coy. It's like, why would you want information about my previous employment? Why? Like, what does that have to do with anything at all? And you're suing me, by the way. What does my previous employment have anything to do with your current lawsuit against me? If anything, I would look at this as additional harassment again, coming from the person that's been claiming to be the harassed.
I may need some info help for reasons regarding Smash JT Tajia's previous employment. If anyone's info, please can you ping me here? I mean, I don't know what this is for. I don't think this is to do with the lawsuit. I'm guessing like she's just trying to dig up dirt on him, right? Something like that.
Look, she is in a channel devoted to cyber stalking and harassing and running ups against people.
Cyber stalking and harassing. Sorry, who are the woke SJWs again? Like, this is what I'm saying. They sound exactly like the people they criticized. You're cyber stalking me. That's like something fucking Brianna Wu would say. You know what I mean? It's the same shit, bro. They're just the same as the people they criticize.
People on social media. And she is a part of that, and she is targeting you.
But this is like ironic how we watched a video with literally no information or any gotcha anywhere. And then we're looking at this stuff, which is far more of a gotcha on a lot of people, especially Alyssa. That just by writing this, it implicates her to wanting to continue to harass me after contacting my wife, trying to disrupt my marriage, trying to get my website taken down, cheering on my website being taken down, trying to have my credentials taken away from San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, I could go down this list about the things she's tried to ruin my life with. And here she goes trying to dig into my history of work history. Like, what the fuck, bitch? Leave me alone. Go away. You are psycho.
If you are
jealous of your money.
Look, she's claiming she's a victim of harassment, but she's trying to dig up everything she can on you to harass you. And this is a Discord channel that you have to pay $10 a month for.
Cobra Kai 21 became a member.
Thank you. Thank you for the membership. What's this? Don't know if this is interest, but here's one of the example of sites that are up for years. One site running in the public web since 2016. Just got taken down in January. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is what I was saying. I can imagine that these sorts of sites do have some sort of legal implication, you know. But it's like, you know, like if you've got like a website that is selling cracked passwords and shit, yeah, that's going to cause you problems. But I don't know if like taking that and putting it in a Discord message is going to make you fall foul of the law in the same way. Like, are they really going to want to go after someone for posting a password they saw on a hacking website in a Discord message? There's no way. That was my point. It's a retarded point because we're talking about someone like benefiting from financially selling like hacked materials versus someone looking at the website and seeing it and putting in a Discord message. Like, I don't think that kind of publishing of the information would be treated legally in the same fashion, you know? And I would guess that this website, it's probably the hackers themselves that are then doing this too. Yeah, exactly. They're selling massive packages of hack materials. Yeah, something like that. There's definitely a difference here that I just thinking that they're going to take someone posting a Discord message in the same fashion as, you know, an industrial level selling of hack materials. It's just completely delusional.
In order to get dirt and cyberstalk individuals. I think that's very interesting in regards to the lawsuit.
What else we got going on here?
Oh, the other thing too is I think, from what I've gathered, I think Alyssa realizes that she has no case, and she's starting to really press right now. But I'll leave it at that because she seems very desperate to find other targets and find other things. She won't stop. She won't stop.
No, she won't, and neither will any of them else. And from what I've documented here, from everything they've done to me for the past 12 months, they will do to you next. And that is the way they operate. These are not good people. These are people who will cross any line, even legal lines, in order to try to fabricate stuff against you, in order to get you silent.
Yeah, and my concern is it's not going to stop until something really bad happens, and I'm really concerned about that for me and my family, for you and your family. Like it's very scary. You remember how Gamergate 1 kind of came to a pause when something very serious happened, and it's like this is starting to go down that road right now where these people don't know when to stop, and it's very, very scary.
Yeah, I mean, look, I typed out a list of everything they've done to me here, which is tremendous. No, there has been no game dev more.
Oh my god, dude, he's literally written out a list of his own victimhood. Right. He was reading off this earlier, wasn't he? He read it earlier. How do people not feel this intense cringe watching this?
Persecuted and harassed than me. Okay, that's just a fact. You can look through everything here I have on the list, and you can determine nothing comes close to what they've tried to do to me. And when they are done with that, you know what's next? When this fails, when this whole, Mark operated a porn site thing fails, swatting. That's what's next. And after that, it will be, hey, we should Luigi this guy. That's and make no mistake. There's they make this bullshit argument, and
I disavow violence in all its forms. Okay, but I can't deny if the concept of something is funny. And as much as I disavow it, and you shouldn't do it, I'd be lying if I wouldn't be, having a bit of a chortle about Grummz getting Luigi'd. Right? Could you imagine? Let's go! Release Luigi. He's got one more task to complete. Release Luigi on the basis that he completes one more task, okay?
Sorry, there's some of my followers who are like, you guys are just as bad. I'm like, no, we don't sit here and
those aren't people those are people pretending to be based that are clearly not.
We don't sit here and say shoot up a Tesla station and cheer. We don't say go assassinate the president and cheer. We don't say any of that stuff.
Right.
And yet they are the ones doing this. I am so very angry at all of this, all the false innuendo, all of the attacks, all of this crazy stuff here, that I am going to press charges if the FBI takes up the complaint. I am done. They are done. If the FBI wants to hear the case, I will agree to press charges, and Kabuki is fucked.
Well, this is glorious. It's very late. Oh, my dog just dropped her bone. Good job.
Oh my god.
I have to go to bed because I got to release a video.
Bro. Am I crazy or is there an atmosphere here? It's difficult because it's just you're basing it on the silence, but like Smash JT is obviously backing his pal. I feel like other people here are not on board with this. They just don't want to speak up. Which, I get. I'm not like, it's whatever. It's kind of annoying, but I understand it. But it does feel like there's a certain energy. Like the fact that there's other people not chipping in and saying anything. Yeah, it feels like there probably is maybe at least one or two people that are a bit like, oh, this is a bit cringe.
Morning. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Damn.
But this was probably one of the best flashcasts I've been on in a while. It's just been ridiculous.
But it got better after the video. That video was pretty good.
Sure.
Oh God, that was so boring.
I just want to say, thanks for having me here, guys.
Flash, let him pay you for that next time.
What?
Lighting, Damien.
That's about it. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Good night, Tom. Good night, Tom.
Good night, Indy.
Good night, Tom.
Tom's gone. He's asleep.
Oh, fuck. Okay, whatever then. Good night to everyone, especially Tom, because apparently I didn't say good night last time. So good night to Tom. My bad.
Have a great night, David.
You gotta give Tom his due.
I did. I just said good night like 7 times to him.
He's not here to accept it.
God damn
I
it.
think he took off.
If he
He's
bitches
probably
about
smoking a bowl.
If he's bitching about it, everyone here knows I said it. Okay, good night, Tom. He knows now. So whatever.
No, we
I
didn't
started
hear
talking
nothing.
in the chat with people about Gundam.
There's no evidence. We didn't hear anything.
We gotta
Oh
be
my
so
God.
ideological driven, but Fabian and Airbag, at least give them the respect of their Gundam choices, because Gundam is the fucking shit. Gundam is probably,
have a good night,
especially,
everybody.
see,
you
brother.
guys.
See you, Indy.
Gundam is probably the best war anime period, but I fucking love Gundam.
Let's
Especially
go
the
back to fun. If
Universal Century arc, fucking masterpiece. The best thing about Gundam is Gundam shows both sides of the war, which I like.
Look, Flash, I don't think you should platform anybody without them paying you. But if anybody has questions about, adult content or anything else, I have a lot of stories. They can go ahead and super chat and I'll answer it.
Nobody for 20 says, I have 3 days off. Alyssa Mercanti. I will spend these 3 days dedicated to making you look like a moron. Looking like a moron than anyone else has on the net. if you think my last video is the last on you, it's not.
Nobody's got a fairly new channel and is doing excellent videos. I'm very impressed by him, so recommend checking him out.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to move on.
Didn't Dimion say goodbye?
Can
before he
we?
took off?
Bro, that was very lackluster in terms of proving illegal activity. And also, it's like some fucking loser that wants to be in the in crowd of these retards. Like, bro, Alyssa McCante is a dumb woke bitch who's done porn. Okay, yes, I get it. She's a stupid bitch. I agree. It just feels like they endlessly fucking roll off. Bro. It's fine to milk it. I get that. I don't fucking care about milking stuff. But it's the narrative that they're like legitimately taking down a justified target and going after Alyssa McCante so hard. She's just a dumb bitch, bro. Why are you so fucking bothered about it? This eternal retard war that you've created over these wretched fucking woke retards. Dude. Unbearable. It's unbearable. Totally unbearable. And these people act like it's based.
You.
He did it.
I know, I know, Joe.
He said goodbye to everyone, and then he got to the end. He's like, "Fuck you, Tom," and then he just left.
I know, he's so in trouble.
Administrative wrong thing for 1999. No offense, Grummz. I think your only issue is a slight main character syndrome, but that's the irony. They're going after you with the same reason why they did Jordan Peterson, as your legitimacy. within the industry.
Look. I did not choose to be the main character. You know who chose me? The assholes. That's who chose me. So I have to respond.
See, now I got on the Gundam kick, which Gundam's who is typing it up?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's me again. I thought I was muted.
See you, Airbag.
I'm just really fired up right now.
Smash is smashing his keyboard right now.
I'm so fired up. It's not even
I
funny.
don't care about Gundam. Tell me about single fairlies and geared locomotives.
Indeed. Thank you. I mean, obviously, right to reply, saying your piece, fine. But these people make it out to be way more than it is. And like they're actually engaged in some sort of meaningful conflict when you're literally just engaged in a retard war on the internet with your political opposites. That's it. That's all that you're doing.
Yeah.
See you, Airbag. We should talk Gundam sometime. And Zeta Gundam is god tier. Absolutely. Fucking one of the best animes ever made.
What do you think of the Netflix
it?
Gundam?
I didn't like it. Netflix, I'm worried about because they want to do all this American Gundam stuff now. And my issue with it is, especially with American writers, I'm concerned because a lot of people in Hollywood are very radicalized, especially to the left. And the thing with Gundam... and one of the
Okay,
things that makes
well, I
Gundam
guess
so
that's
special-
it. I guess they're moving on.
I want to get to that, but Nasser sent a super chat asking if any of the money raised for Ember went to back taxes. That's a no. I deliberately keep that very separate, and that's a settled matter. So I want to make sure that that's clear. Like I don't make a dime off of it. So it all goes to development. But to go back to your question, I was asking about the anime. What was the anime that they did? They didn't do a part 2, but I actually liked that, where it was showing the war from the human's perspective in the city in Gundam, rather than from the mech's perspective. Combat, politics, and this is what makes me sad. I think that if we put aside the politics and agree to compromise, more of us would get along, and I'm really sad that it's become so polarized.
Well, I mean, these people do not compromise. That's the problem.
Well, they have drawn the line, and the line is absolute, for sure.
I fucking love Gundam. So
I mean, this just rubs you up the wrong way as well, because it's like, well, would you actually compromise? What compromises are you willing to make? It seems like you're quite resolute in what you think this should all be and how it should be, how games should be, and so on. You know, if you, yeah, there's woke retards that want it to be a certain way and they won't compromise, sure. But I don't think these people are looking to build bridges either, you know? And this is the thing, again, with the Smash JD thing, it's like, they are very aggressive in how they go at people. So you're going to get that in return, you know? Yes, I get the wokes are fucking obnoxious. I get that, I agree. And they're very annoying and irritating. But like, what steps are you taking to build those bridges and move forward, you know?
Flash's brain is just in Gundam world
it is in
now.
Gundam mode now.
That's funny.
So I guess we're just going to stick through super chats. We'll talk about Avengers next week. Johnny Smalley next week. It's kind of turned into the Grummz show.
Yeah.
Thank you
That's
for
why
that, by the way.
Super chats were rolling, so
Oh.
you know, I stick with the super chats.
Because I really wanted to get ahead of the story that they were cooking up and just tell it straight.
bitter, a
and
little bit
tell it
bitter.
from my own mouth. There's so much BS in that.
I'm getting the crying over Gundam. I didn't cry over Gundam. I said a tear dropped. I got like a little tear rolled out of the side of my eye.
I heard that, Rima. I heard that you were sobbing.
I didn't sob.
You're
Fucking
sitting
shed a
there-
tear.
You were sitting
Fucking
there,
Niagara Falls.
Yeah, full on. Like,
Wasn't fucking Niagara. War of the Pocket was a kind of a tear jerker.
You know when you get that like ball sack looking thing in your chin when you're crying so hard.
No, that didn't happen.
That's what that happened.
That's not what happened.
Yeah, no, I think
That's
that's
what I
it, guys.
I know it's Foster's from gay.
And that just
I think we've
totally-
milked this.
Totally.
Grummz has been
The Discord
milked,
server.
guys.
He's being targeted for that right now, and that is a recent post.
What has he done other than say he doesn't want to do body type A and B?
That's it.
Oh, there's
What have
more
I done?
here.
I post about video games, and for that, I get
If anyone in dev here knows folks at CI Games at the actual studios and want to put them in touch with me, this guy's a fucking clown. I know some people and I'm already reaching out, but this guy's something. The fact he paid me to make this out of all things just gross. Okay. Nick Cal of Second Wind Group attempts to dig dirt and go after Tominsky Marek. He attempted to do this in a paywall Discord channel on the Western Kabuki Discord server to keep it from impacting his business. Okay.
all of this stuff over the past year.
I mean, all of his stuff has been, from what I've seen, and I'm not like stalking this guy's Twitter. I follow him. That's it. But everything that I've seen him post is
I don't know who these
him
people
asking
are.
people what they want in the game.
I mean, I've had some DM conversations with him, and he strikes me as a nice dude, down to
Yes.
earth. Like, he doesn't strike me as anything like sketchy or anything.
And to be fair, body type A and B is fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It should
Yeah,
just be
and-
man.
Well, he
male,
patched that
female.
out. It used to be body type, and he went and after the survey, he patched it out and went male, female. He listened to gamers, and he said, "This is what they want." And I talked to him, and he's absolutely based. He's absolutely
Yeah, the Nick Caledra guy is also. I mean, I'm not like I don't like Alyssa McCante. The Nick Caledra guy. The only thing I know of him, I was following him for a bit, and some of the stuff he was talking about. But then I think it was the Gigabear person. In fact, I think he got like baited with some bullshit story from that Gigabear individual, or someone, and he completely he pushed forward a story that was total nonsense, purely off the back of false information that he was fed. So it's like, well, he's also a retard. Like, there's no real winners in this. I think everyone is just a loser of a various level and whatnot. Like, no one is like a particularly good individual. Bro, I can't speak properly, dude. My brain is so raped at the moment. I don't know what happened. I got a good night's sleep last night, and I started off on good footing, and now I'm just like, I don't know. Is it the energy drinks, do you reckon? Is that the problem? Should I stop drinking energy drinks? HIV. No, it's not that. I think my sleep is just kind of a bit fucked at the moment. I don't know what it is. Warzone withdrawal. I'm not even going to play Warzone when I end stream. I need to lay down for a
Okay,
bit.
that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
This is like the chess club beefing with the drama team.
Thank you for the super chats. Yes, it is, isn't it? That is very much what it's like. Indeed. It's the
serious about
Finny.
this. He's not pandering to try to be popular. He believes in this stuff, and that's why I support
I'm
him.
got to take a nap.
I really want to.
Yes, exactly.
I really want to check out that. You were talking about that Berserk game, but I kind of want to play Adamfall first.
I was playing Adamfall last night. Or 2 nights. Was it 2 nights ago?
Fucking
Or
hell,
last night?
dude.
Yeah, 2 nights ago. I was playing No Way Out last night. But Adamfall, I played for 3 hours so far, and I'm having a great time with it. It reminds me. I mean, I'm not really a huge Fallout player, but I played Fallout New Vegas for a few hours, and it reminded me a lot of that. And it's fun. Interesting conversations with the people too. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
I sit in front of a computer for 12 hours nicking cans of pure caffeine. Why can't I sleep? Yeah, but the point is, I did sleep well last night. But then I woke up at 6 and I couldn't get back to sleep. And so I just got up and went out for a bit. And yeah, now I'm fucked.
Most interested about is that dialogue aspect of the game.
I mean, that's that. Like for me, that's the high point of it. Ironically, the complete opposite of Shadows.
Okay. Anyway, I think we're
Well,
done with
I mean-
this.
Which is why
And maybe
it did kind of come to Grummz Street. He says in a member chat, always been.
Talked about this and aired their video. People are airing failed pornographer over and over, but I was very successful, and it helped fund Red 5. So I don't know what you're talking about.
They have nothing. It's just like
I thought they were.
Some-
I thought they
There's
were
nothing
tired.
new there, really, other than the porn.
Right, this is like the classic thing they do as well, where they go, oh, it's nothing. And this is partly the fault of the leftoids pushing it forward. But there is something here. It's not some crazy expose that's going to destroy Grummz. It's just something to poke at and laugh at. But they're not going to do that. They're just going to act like Grummz being a totally despicable gooner freak is nothing that's even worthy of any mockery, you know?
And
tough.
honestly, and it was soft core, and what they like is shit like bestiality. I don't know what they got to stand on there.
I thought they were coming after you because they couldn't find pictures of your mother.
Bro, wait, what? Okay, maybe they're into a bit of bestiality, sure. But you were talking about how hot your own mother is, making it sound like you're jerking off to your own mother being a Playboy bunny. So it sounds like maybe you're into a touch of the incest, to be honest.
Oh, I'll ask her. I'll see if I can say if I can post her Playboy issue. I'll
You
ask
should.
her.
What?
Russell Hall for 2 Grummz buying a
And no one is going to say it. They're just going to laugh at that. The idea of this fucking Asian freak gooner posting his own mother's porno.
chance. Was it Labyrinth fan fiction?
What's Labyrinth fan fiction?
It's the movie.
Is that David Bowie?
Oh,
Yeah, the one where he hits on a 16-year-old.
It's a joke. He's making
I
a joke.
I didn't get it, but okay.
Eclipse Warlord says, Hail, finally got to watch Flashcast live. Thank you. Ardo for 5 guys. Trump and Elon are both degenerates, and I still love and voted for them. I don't think this is going to matter at the end of the day. Yep. Trump literally fucking talked about grabbing him by the pussy and had the famous line, nothing like top shelf pussy, which is true.
Like,
Top
where's
shelf
the
pussy is pretty fucking damn great.
Where's the lie here?
Yeah. It is fucking good. But usually they're a little too high up on that crazy part of the hot matrix. So like they're a little too
But
crazy.
the best part is most of them take credit card. They will literally take your credit
Or
card.
PayPal.
But I mean, like,
PayPal,
no.
friends and family too.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, like, they'll usually take your credit card while you're sleeping, but I mean, they still take your credit
Or like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, they'll suck the wedding ring off your finger. You ever seen that movie?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is
I've
amazing.
seen it.
It's fucking
Okay,
very depressing
listen,
movie.
I made it
I'm
through,
done.
like,
I'm not even. I've got
you're
nothing
thinking
to say about this. It's over. I'm just lazily sat here, not even saying anything about what they're saying.